we go, mate? What are we doing here today?
We're going to show our support for the Canadian truckers.
Absolute love and admiration to people of Canada, to truckers. You have inspired the whole world.
This is a message for the Canadian truckers from Perth in Western Australia. Thank you. We've seen you take a stand against the vaccine mandates in your country. People should not lose their ability to support themselves and their families for refusing to take an experimental medical treatment. Following your courageous stand, many restrictions and mandates in your provinces and around the world are being dropped already, but the fight continues. We've seen the sacrifices you have made and are still making for freedom. They've taken your vehicles, frozen your bank accounts, and some of you have been imprisoned. We've seen your right to peaceful protest infringed, the heavy-handed tactics of the armed men the government has sent to hurt you instead of listening to your voice. You've been vilified by your Prime Minister and those who are complicit in the media. How many of your citizens need to be trampled by horses or tear-gassed or beaten with batons before these politicians realise that these vaccine mandates must go? We have seen all of these things, and so today we have come to the Canadian Consulate in Perth to make our voices heard, so that your country knows that the world is watching and that you are not alone. I call on those who hear this message around the world to gather together, go to the Canadian embassies in your major cities, and chant the one word that our friends in Canada have given so much for: freedom. We've got a big love in our hearts for the Canadian truckers and the sacrifices that they've made. So we're just going to see if we can get in here now and make our voices heard.
So this was a spontaneous group that just decided to go to the Canadian Consulate here in Perth, Western Australia, support for Canadian freedom. And definitely the mood here is against Trudeau and his dictatorship. So go Canada.
And now we're just going to go in and anybody who wants to speak can speak. I don't want it to be all me today. So yeah, let's go in.
Canada Visa Application Centre, that's it there.
Well, we've just got a couple of people here who just wanted to come and give our support for the truckers. Obviously there's a lot of things going on in Canada at the moment, and this is a message of support from the people of Perth.
I know
Yes, very good.
just here concerned citizens of Western Australia to express our support for the people of Canada who we love and admire, and their truckers who have inspired whole world for fight for freedom against the governments who are doing tyrannical acts and infringing on people, on their freedoms, on their choices. We
just wanted to pass on a
we want
message of support.
to pass it on to you so that you can pass both to the governments. What they're doing is criminal.
So we showed up at the Canadian Consulate in Perth, and they're talking, passing on messages about Trudeau, the tyrannical dictator of Canada.
And ask them to stop their violent acts against their citizens in their own country. It's just not on, it's against human rights. Could you please send an email on behalf of Western Australia people?
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Free Canada! Free
we send our absolute love and admiration to people of Canada, to truckers. You have inspired the whole world. You have inspired people of Australia, of Western Australia. We send you our love. Prime Minister of a country like Canada. You criminal person. You're a traitor to humanity. You're going down.
That's Trudeau,
the
right?
Message. Trudeau.
That's Trudeau.
Trudeau.
Free Canada! Free Canada! Free Canada! Free Canada!